Hey there, I'm Buddha and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm bringing you with me to the studio. We're recording the 20th anniversary new album of Budda Power Blues, and we're doing lots of new songs to be released next year because we'll be celebrating 20 years of existence. This is third day of recordings. Let me show you what we have done so far and how we have done it. I'll show you all the gear I used and how we're recording it and walk you through the process. The process we usually do, what we always do, is to record the songs the minute we have it right. So I show the band the songs, the ideas I have. We get together in the studio as we are here. We play it. We do takes. The minute we decide, like, this is the arrangement, let's record it, we start playing it. And we all know when we get, this is the take. Done. So we're recording takes, as you can see in Pro Tools. We're debating, okay, not good. Sometimes the take is all great, but we missed just the ending, or the solo was not so great, so we do another solo. And I always do the solos together with the band. I never do an overdub solo. Well, almost never. I have some pedals that I loan to Carl. For example, he's using my Ampex Scrambler, and that's why I did the bass pedal board for the studio. Here we listen to the song. We're happy with the take. Nico takes notes. We're deciding, okay, maybe we should go and have lunch. After lunch, João came in and we did a song with João Anderson. He's a great friend and he plays harmonica with us with Budda Power Blues Collective. So here we are sound checking his harmonica, figuring out what mic to use. I used the Sennheiser E906 for his Princeton reverb. And we're doing it. I'm using my Egmont here. It's a tuned down to C guitar. And I mainly use it for the out of phase tone. I love this guitar. It's really crappy old, great blues guitar. And we're debating what should we have. So João came in to record two songs with us. And I remember one of the songs, we were kind of finding where the harmonica should be. Then we got the right arrangement, and here we are going through it. I'm debating with João. We're playing. Nico is resting his butt because he's always sitting down. And we're playing, not recording yet. Nico decided to change his cymbal to get this is better approach, playing the maracas. And this is always how we do it. Carl is recording bass with my Maton bass. And that's one of the reasons why I usually have basses in the studio and gear, because people can use stuff that I have to get better results with it. We're listening back, and that's why I'm always close to the computer, because I'm pressing record and play. Nico is taking photos for for Instagram and stuff. So this is like an afternoon. João came in. I sent him the demos. He came in to record the song with us. He actually did two songs, and this is one of them. It's tuned down to C, as I told you. We're trying to figure out the arrangement and where João should play, but I'm not happy with the vibe, so I changed my Roger Mayer vibe for the Jam Pedals retro vibe, and that is perfect, and that's what ended up being in the record. I'm asking João to get a little more slapback, a little more effect on the guitar. And I'm using that sidecar pedal train, so that small pedal train with a Lely volume pedal, just because I can't play fuzz pedals, or it's after all my drives, so I can play same drive but quiet when we're rehearsing and checking out. So we just recorded. I'm going there, listening. We're debating if that section is great or not. I'm doing some editing because someone made a mistake. I can't remember who. Doesn't matter. But we record all live, but we can also edit. So that's why I don't use any other option. We don't use headphones. We don't use monitors, etc. We were listening to what we're playing in the room. Now we're going for the second song, and for that second song, I'm using the out-of-phase tone on my beautiful Futone signature guitar. Debating with João, what should we do? What role should he play? This is a really bluesy song. I'm a bluesman till I die. It's a song about me being a bluesman. Although I'm white and I'm Portuguese, I love the blues, and blues is my thing. So we're kind of, again, figuring out the arrangement, figuring out what João should do in the song. And we finally got to a riff where we're playing unison as an answer to the vocal part, which is great. So we're here. Actually, we're both using lava cables, me and João, because it's fatter sounding for these guitars and for the harmonica. And here we are going through the song, not even recording. So now I'm opening a session. I've just opened the session. We're setting up, preparing, and now we're doing a take. When you see the pink line going on Pro Tools, it means we're recording. So this is a take, an actual take. Stop it, debating something, and that's the process basically. And this time we have João with us playing the harmonica, but usually it's the three of us. We did the collective Budda Power Blues collective record this way too. The four of us in the room, and then horn section came in afterwards to record the horn section arrangement. This is basically the process. It's trial and error. We play it until we get a take. We all say, like, this is the take. For this song specifically, I remember the solo was not great, was not happening. And I asked the band to play like over and over the solo section until we get a good solo that me and João agreed in, because it was a call-in response solo. I did one lick, João did another, and here I asked the band, let's do just a solo section and then I'll edit it. And that's what ended up being in the record, this solo section, because we were not getting the right call-in response. And it's hard for an art player to play the song without listening to the vocal, because the vocal is not here. That's the only thing I overdub. So João needs to answer to the vocal, but is not listening to the vocal. So he needs to sing it in his mind, which is not as intuitive as it should be. And that's it. One afternoon, 2 songs together with João. He takes his stuff off, and there he goes. Nico is changing the bass drum, because we use different bass drums for the song. This is my drum set, but he brought his 24-inch drum set to record the rock songs or the heavier songs. So the bass drum is over there, and now he's putting it in place. We organized the session to do the songs all together. Otherwise, Nico would have to be changing constantly the bass drum song to song. I'm using my BNG tuned to C for this song. It's a great guitar. I love it. Tuning it. And I use Elixir strings, like 13 gauge. Going through the riff with Carl. Carl is using my bass, my OC2 octave Boss. This session was the trigger for me to build a pedal board for bass players that come in the studio. And if you watch, I'm using the Lely volume pedal really low down, because I'm using the Zvex Fuzz Factory. Now I'm tuning the EQ of that pedal with the Boss EQ. And we can rehearse without me blasting the full volume of the Zvex, because it's loud as hell. Here we are. I'm playing the bass drum so Nico can tune the front head. So here's Nico's second drum set. Basically, it's my studio drum set with a big 24-inch kick drum. Miking it up, same, a sub kick, the SD1 universal audio mic, this old AKG for distortion. This AKG is going to the JHS color box, so I'm distorting it. Then I have a collar here, fuzzy phone, just a lo-fi things. Have the Sylvia Messi trick with the hose and a 57. Then I'm miking the toms and snare with the Sennheiser E604. I love this mic for phones, and they have no stand, so it's easier to fit them in the drums. Then here it is, the other 604. And I have a Beta 57 here. We had to gaffer tape it because it was falling down constantly, so now it doesn't go away. Sennheiser 604. Again, my Perlman TM2 as an under S, pairing up with the Warm Audio 67. So this is the pair of kind of overheads. This is my Biodynamic M130 being used as overheads, Bloomline technique. And that's it. Then I'm using my brand new Universal Audio DLX mic. I'm using it as a stereo, so it's capturing from this side and from this side, both sides. So I'm using it as a stereo room mic. My Biodynamic M160 as a mono room mic, and the Royer SF12 as a stereo room mic for drums. This is a 2-day session. I'm showing Carl that is on camera, although the camera is really close to him. This is a wide angle camera. But we did this in 2 days, so a Monday and a Tuesday. And we did a whole 14 songs in those 2 days. Carl is now playing his precision with a jazz bass bridge pickup. And again, we're doing this. This is all how we go through every song. We debate, we change ideas, we suggest new parts. When we get to something that we really like and we are comfortable with, we do a take, we do a passage like, okay, let's do it. Sometimes we even go directly, let's record it because it's okay for sure. Carl is tuning with my chromatic tuner. Another reason why I put a tuner, or why I want to put a tuner into the bass pedal board here in the studio. And that's basically it. More of the same thing. We're one song short. Should we do it tomorrow, or should we end the song this afternoon? And we did it. I canceled my late afternoon lessons via Skype, and we did it in just 2 days, which was really, really fast. We work really fast because we're really used to play together and to record like this. Then I'm left with the mixed down stuff. We're playing a new song. I'm changing guitars, testing my R9 Les Paul, checking if that's the guitar for the record. Funny enough, in this record, I used really, really little my single coil guitar. So I used a lot of the Les Paul. I used a lot of the Egmont, some acoustics with a magnetic pickup, and of course my Futone signature guitar. I used a lot of the out of phase tone, the bridge pickup for like a telly sound. And here we're figuring out if this is the guitar for the song. I think it ended up being another one. I'm not sure. Let me check. Yeah. Here I am changing for the Daro guitar, which is also made in Portugal. Really lovely, beautiful guitar. For every song, I'm programming my M5 to use whatever I needed, like a Leslie, or in this case it's a Leslie, or reverb, or a slapback, whatever. And then programming the Boss ES8 to control all the patches. So I'm controlling the M5 via MIDI, via the Boss ES8. And this is for a slow Leslie song. And I'm using the Royal Atlantic and the Lone Star in stereo. As for my pedal board, I'm using my live pedal board with a sidecar pedal board. Basically, this is it. This is the basic pedal board with the Boss ES8 as a controller. Then my main pedals. I just swapped for the retro vibe because it's sounding way better as a uni vibe than my Roger Mayer. But basically that's my board. I've done a lot of episodes on it. I'm splitting in 2 amps, so I'm using the Lele to reverse the phase on one of the amps. I'll show you the amps in a minute. So the sidecar, this M5 is basically here because I'm swapping this one for the other because the other one is getting some problems and I'm changing it. Then my sidecar pedal board is a volume pedal connected after the drives, so I can use the volume pedal to quiet it while we rehearse and play like with fuzzes, because if I turn down the guitar volume it will make it less distorted so I can't practice. But if I don't do it, it's super loud. Then I have a boost just in case, the Miesnieks, the great Miesnieks, my favorite overdrive boost. It's now on no gain at all, just volume boost and color and compression, and the Boss tuner TU2 as a tuner. For this recording, I was using the Lone Star with a 410 cabinet and mic'd with the Royer R10 and Sennheiser 421. And I'm also using the Royal Atlantic, my Sabugi, with a 412 and 2 Biodynamic TG88. So this way I'm using stereo. I'm also going through my Echoplex, so my tube tape echo by Fulltone. I'm going here, and from here I'm going to the Royal Atlantic, and that amp is getting the slapback, so I only have slapback on one amp, which makes it way more stereo. Then my hardware set, I won't go through all that because that would be painstaking, but I'm using this 2 Cardtech for the Royal Atlantic, and I'm using the Helios and the Chandler for the Lone Star, both going into the distressors. We have just finished the electric songs, so today we're recording the acoustic songs, and I'm recording it only with Nico in the room because Carl will be recording double bass instead of electric bass, so he will record at his home on top of our recordings. After we end a good take, I'll send him a rough mix, and he will be in Porto recording his double bass and sending it back to me almost immediately. So it's recording remotely, but also recording together. A new approach to celebrate the 21st century Budda Power Blues live. So what I'm doing is recording with this mic. I'm recording my electric guitar acoustically, but I'm also recording a DI so then can reamp it, and I have this crazy tone. And Nico is on the back doing the drums. All right. Experimental take. Okay? See. 1, 2. I decided to record facing Nico's drums, so I have more rejection from the mic, and we can see each other and sign each other. So, After recording the acoustic guitar, I send the DI track through the reamp box to my two amps, and this is what you hear. After this third day, it's time to overdub, and the main part of overdub is vocals. So what I do is I set my SM7 here going into the 6176 mic preamp by Universal Audio. My favorite preamp for this kind of thing. So it's great for my vocal, and that's it. Compression, preamp. This is the EQ setting. Just a little bass, because I'm singing far from the mic. A lot of compression. Which is actually what I'm using for this voiceover that I'm doing. And I just record my vocals alone in the studio. But I'm also checking for stuff that might fit the song. So other overdubs like Hammond organ. I use this Nord keyboard, Electro 6D, going into that rotary speaker. I did an episode on that. And this is, for example, for a solo overdub, using the Class 5 amp as a solo overdub, using this incredible memory lane fuzz pedal. This is so great. And also some tambourine, some percussion, some claps, whatever I feel the song needs to be added, but I'm trying to not add anything. I have this 3 playlists, so 3 different vocal takes, and I'll be selecting which part of the take I'll want. I know I'll probably want take number 1, which is actually take number 3. I did it on opposite recording. I think this was the best. So this will be my main take. I'll listen and I'll pick up the part of the vocal I like. No one dares. Don't like this one. No one dares. No one dares. No one shares. No one shares. No one bears. No one shares. No one shares. No one bears all the pain. No one cares. No one cares. No So basically what I'm doing, I like the feeling of the first take, of the blue take, but it's slightly out of tune, and I don't like it. So instead of tuning my vocal, I'll pick up better parts from the other takes.
No one is strong enough to bear.
Out of tune.
No one is strong enough to bear. All. No one's strong enough to bear all the wrongs. All the wrongs. All the wrongs.
And this way, when I'm singing, I risk a little. I change things in takes, and so then I can pick the one I like the best.
Grab it now before it cools. Take your.
So in here, I like the first part of the pink take, and I'll select the last part of the blue take. Let's hear if it works.
Choose. Make those fools believe they can't keep all the jewels. Take your tools. Make those fools believe they can't keep all the jewels. No one is strong.
And that's it. Now I have a compilation take. I'll move on to waveform view. I'll fade all the parts so there's no clicky, and double check. And only now I'm doing background vocals on top of this, because now I'm syncing the background vocals to this main vocal, because otherwise I'll be singing vocals to put on top of a different ending vocal, so makes no sense. I tend to prefer doing it manually because the automatic fades are never that great. I just select the area I want and I press F. Sometimes I do like a commit to make it a whole take. I won't do that this time because I want to know where each part comes from, so if I change my mind I can do it. Let's record backing vocals.
I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told.
And on this recording session, I decided to record standing up because I always get really tired of always being sitting down on the computer. So I put the mic, and this is a great use for the gravity mic stand. I put the mic up, as you can see it, and I'm recording standing up. Now the camera is focusing on the guitar background, which is also a great background. But I decided to record on standing up, which is really great. And that's basically it. After this, it's mixing session and some light overdubs. But I think you figured out the process of recording a record with me producing it and recording it. In this case, it's my own record. But this is the approach I have with any band that comes in the studio. And the intention is to bring you to the process of recording a full album here in the studio. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked it. And we'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.